Ladies and gents, the next seminar comes from The Guardian, here to introduce Redrawing Boundaries, Pushing the Limits of Creativity. Please welcome Katharine, Deputy News Editor, The Guardian.
I'm thrilled to say that the speaker we have is one of the most brilliant and exciting architects working today, Zaha Hadid. If anyone can be described as the person of the moment, it's Zaha. Her amazing aquatic centre will host the Olympic swimming and diving events at London 2012 next month. It's a soaringly beautiful building, what she calls a wave or liquid frozen in time. She's the current holder of the Sterling Prize for the magnificent Evelyn Grace Academy, a state school in Brixton. She won the Sterling Prize last year as well for the Maxi Art Centre in Rome. And just last week, the Queen turned Baghdad-born Zaha into a Dane. Once, she was known as the visionary who never got her buildings built. Now she has buildings everywhere, from Glasgow to Guangzhou, from Montpellier to Baku, from Kirkcaldy to Abu Dhabi, from Wolfsburg to Cincinnati.
This is another unfortunate problem, is that one of my office people's computer crashes. I'm computer illiterate. They have to do my slides for me. It's collapsed last night. Maybe I tweaked it too much. This is where I wanted to start with a very early sketch, which this is not it, which was done for a project in London, which was an explosion, and the intention at the time was to regenerate ideas in the city like London through these mini explosions, which are like the cosmos in a sense. Also through maybe the idea of the explosion through a drawing technique, which I think was very important. A drawing technique disfigured or completely configured the idea of organization within the interior of spaces. So that was very, very important. Through drawing technique, one re-questioned ideas of typology and also how one can refigure the idea of the plan. And so the plan project as how to organize a plan, does it for the interior or an exterior or urbanism.
I mentioned in my introduction that this feature of your work, of this breaking down of barriers, that interiors become exteriors, and you mentioned with the building in Cincinnati, the urban carpet. This is sort of this formation. Can you talk a bit more about that?
Well, I think that it was very important that if you build, and first of all, it was a vertical museum, which meant that the galleries are stacked up. The other thing which was critical is that the downtown was regeneration, and they thought the regeneration was done through a cultural program. So it was very important that people know that this is not a commercial facility, but actually it's a cultural one which allows everybody to get in. And the idea of, with a simple move, which is we call the urban carpet, which is a wall which starts all the way from the top, all the way down, a concrete wall which takes you all out to the street.
So it sort of curves at the base.
Yeah, but I think what was interesting, because the ground is transparent, it propelled people to come to the other side. And of course, you can go into the ground and use it, and not, you don't have to pay as you enter the building, so to speak. And there was another program in the building which is called the Unmuseum, which is also interesting, which is on the top floor, which is a space where they commission work, basically as a museum for children, which they can touch. And so that's an educational space. This is not a permanent collection. It's mostly, borrowed shows, like a Kunsthalle. Student, and 35 years ago, they thought it is the end of architecture. No, I went to a conference called the End of Architecture, and I thought there would be no progress. And actually, there has been amazing progress in 30 years. So I think...
Well, we should end on a note of optimism. Thank you very much, Zaha Hadid.